Hello and welcome boys and girls to another StarCraft 2 cast by me, the Strict StarCraft. So, today we have another game from reddit.com/r/casted, as we always do really. But finally it's not going to be a TVC, instead we're going to have a TVP today. And don't get me wrong, I love the TVC matchup, but I've casted a lot of it lately. But in general it's a great matchup, lots of aggression and multi-pronged stuff going on. But anyway, let's start off this game by introducing our players. In the bottom left side of Overgrowth Ladder Edition we have our pink PrOsTeR player, it is PrOsTeR. PrOsTeR, yeah, pretty cool name. And in the top right side we have our red turn player, Crux. And I casted Crux recently, playing a TVC. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see how his TVP is. And if we look at the colors here, we can see that red and pink, so it's obvious that they are playing a custom game here. And I think it's also going to be a resume from replay game. I think in the middle of it's gonna say like resume from replay, so that is why. Anyway, PrOsTeR starting the game off with a gateway first on 13 supply. And on the other side of the map we have Crux going for a barracks with a refinery with some gas as well. So this gas probably means going to be a Reaper expand. Something pretty standard. We've seen Paul utilize it a lot, but not super much recently, but like in 2013 he used it a lot. So a Reaper expand is very good for, of course it allows you to scout out, perhaps get 1 or 2 probe kills, who knows. And by the way, this is a diamond level game. Both of them are in Diamond League, so these players, they do know what they're doing. Their execution might not be perfect at all times, but they have a build thought out, and right now from PrOsTeR it looks like it's going to be a safe 1 gate expand from him. And Crux is probably going to be stepping into a command center pretty soon himself, just now dropping that supply depot though. Now see the Reaper is almost down. It's gonna jump down immediately. Oh no, it's gonna chase that probe actually. PrOsTeR coming in to scout right now. And what does he see? He sees the geyser. He has seen that it's been 3 minutes, 3 or 5 is usually when the marine pops. He's seen that there's no marine out, so this indicates a Reaper is on the way. And it also dies immediately to a Reaper, so that tells him it's a Reaper. Anyway, now Crux is going to be adding on that command center. He's gathering up 400 minerals. And there we see the expansion going down. He's adding on a reactor as well. It's all looking very standard for both players. The expansion from PrOsTeR has been dropped as well. Crux coming in here should probably bring this Reaper up to the high ground so that we can do some additional scouting. Although his SCV has already scouted everything that is going on. PrOsTeR is unfortunately going to be supply blocked. He's at 25 out of 26 and there's no pylon on the way. So that's pretty unfortunate for him. The Mudship Core does manage to squeeze out though, and the Mudship Core is really useful for holding off Reapers and stuff. Not only for that photon overcharge, which really you shouldn't use versus Reapers, but it's a great tool. You can move attack with it, you know, attack at the same time as you're moving, so it's great for chasing Reapers. But now we see Crux dropping a factory down and going for that +1 as well. This is a pretty early +1, and it might indicate some sort of timing attack coming out of him. But it's not super early. I'm not 200% sure on the Terran timings. I'm a PrOsTeR player myself. So the bunker is going down for Crux though, and this is just to be safe against any kind of Stalker Mudship Core early pressure, which can be really annoying to deal with. Mudship Core can deal with 2 Marines easily, and if you go for some kind of Stalker Mudship, double Stalker Mudship push, it can be really strong. We see the Robo going down from PrOsTeR, and this is a pretty early Robo. This is very good. This will allow him to get early Colossi out. He's probably gonna have a Colossi at 8 minutes, no problem. The expansion has finished for PrOsTeR and is probably gonna start chrono boosting away. There we go. Chrono boost being dropped immediately. The starport is being dropped as well, and right now it looks like it's going to be a 1-1-1 build, the old Destiny Cloud Fist, as Husky used to call it. But he's gonna drop a turret as well. This is just to get rid of any pesky observers coming in. Really nice here from both players, looking really solid, even though PrOsTeR got a bit supply blocked there in the beginning. Unfortunately, Crux, there we go. I was just about to mention the fact that he had forgotten about his orbital command, but just now upgrading it. So right now this game is going to slow down. 1 medevac going on, really nothing has been going on up to this point either, but I don't think any aggression is going to come out to it. Perhaps a drop with a 1 medevac and with a mine drop might be a possibility. Always super annoying to deal with unless you have observers out on the map and in your base. Even though you have an observer out on the map somewhere around here, it doesn't really matter. You need observers in your base because it takes them a long time to get home. The Reaper coming in again, doing some nice scouting. This is always very annoying as a PrOsTeR player because the turn player gets to scout out everything you've got going on. Any sort of forges or upgrades, any timings, he gets to scout them all out. He sees the robotics bay timing. But the Reaper dies, so that is always nice for the PrOsTeR player, killing off the Reaper. But here we do actually see that medevac coming out, and this gets spotted by PrOsTeR immediately, and he is going to respond by a War Prism of his own. His stalkers should be pulling back, yes they are, but unfortunately no observer is at home right now. Both the observers are out of the map right here, and oh, this is so annoying. I know this feeling as a PrOsTeR player. The Widow Mines coming into your base can be super annoying. Yeah, there we go. It was a resume from replay, and they just resumed the game. So we got medevac's coming in, dropping off these units right now. 2 centers are being warped in, but they cannot do a whole lot against these Widow Mines. Are they gonna get any sick detonations off? Nope, actually. Not killing anything. I think killed 2 probes right there, but one of them I think got caught in the simulator. So a nice hold there from PrOsTeR, pulling his probes away at the right moment. But we do see a Marine push coming in at the front though, not dealing any damage here either. I think PrOsTeR is doing a really nice job holding this off. Remember that these Widow Mines are on cooldown, so they cannot fire just yet. The sentry might fall here. I think he lost a couple of sentries here. Should loading up with the War Prism. No, unfortunately he misses that. Now the Widow Mines are off of cooldown. Boom, 1 shot on the War Prism and 1 on the Zealot. So they pay for themselves in the end. Another Zealot going down. Remember that Widow Mines are super duper cheap, so they can easily pay for themselves. Now see Colossus range going in +1 as well as Colossus. This production is pretty delayed. He had the robotics bay finished a long time ago, but I think he was just too focused on the attack to start building them. And how much damage did he actually deal? They got 4 workers, not super much. And if you go to the units lost, we can see that it's pretty even. So I'd say, meh. It was a close call. No one really super won that heavily. So both of them getting just enough damage to pay for that, or Crux rather. But now Colossus are going to be in production, and we should see, yeah, we do actually see 2 Marauders coming in right now. So Marauder production is being engaged here. Marauders of course deal a lot of damage to Colossus, and we should also see Vikings being added on pretty soon here. And this is when things start to get a bit hard as a PrOsTeR player. As soon as a lot of Marauders get mixed in, it's really difficult to get a good composition going on. You need the Storms up, but for Storms you need at least 3 bases to be able to produce Colossi and Storms at the same time. So we'll see how PrOsTeR deals with this. He does have a Twilight Council on the way right now, which of course allows him to take 2 High Templars and Storms. But this is a kind of weird to me. He goes for a +1 attack. Well, usually as a PrOsTeR player, versus a turn player, you want to invest into +1 armor first of all, because it neglects a lot of damage from the Marines. So as a PrOsTeR player, if you're watching this, try to go for +1 armor first of all versus turn. Always very nice. And now we see the Twilight Council finishing up, as well as a Colossus coming up. And the 3rd base is about to be dropped here from Crux, I think. Oh, where's he going? Going out to the gold. Yes, he is going to the gold. This is going to get spotted by PrOsTeR immediately. Some nice observer placement here. You can also spot a couple of drops here, as he did previously in this game. Now Crux is out on the map, and he's probably going to attack here as Stim finishes, but I'm not too sure he can deal any sort of damage here. Armor supply is very even, and these Colossi deal a lot of damage, I'll tell you that much. Blink is coming in, and Blink is very good in PvT. You can use the Stalkers to deal with any kind of Vikings trying to take down your Colossus. Of course you need to focus fire, but that is something that isn't too hard to do. Now Crux is gathering his forces, and he's got a decent looking army. He's got a couple of Vikings here, so he can easily take down these Colossi before Blink has even gone halfway. He's gonna deny this 3rd base, and I don't think there's a lot of PrOsTeR he can do here. He's got a couple too many sentries. They don't really deal any damage. And I think Crux is just gonna get out of here though. He's gonna stim in. He might be able to stim in and take out this army. Force fields going down. Not the best force fields. 4 force fields, and the other real trapped. Couple of Marauders and Marines, and now reinforcements coming in from the side. I think Crux is getting a nice Nice engagement here. One Colossi has fallen so far, but all the Vikings are dead, so I think Crux has to pull out of here. His third base and fourth base is already being established, so I think Crux is in a good position now. Storm is on the way, and +1 armor as well. Should be stepping into +2 armor right after this. And Crux really, he can't keep his army here. There's nothing PrOsTeR can do to deal with Crux's army right now. And Crux, when he starts mining efficiently off of all these bases, he is just gonna pull so far ahead. And PrOsTeR, he did make a Warp Prism. I don't know if it's still out of the map. No, he must have lost it while trying to do some dropping, and I must have missed it because I'm awful at this. But he really needs to do some kind of damage here, PrOsTeR. He needs to get some kind of harassment in, or Crux is just gonna run away with this game. But there we go. That's a nice start of picking up a lot of the units there. But Crux actually does that nicely and picks up with the medevacs. Crux playing really solid here, I'd say. The third base now for PrOsTeR is about to be re-established, and he might be able to defend it now. Crux is still building a lot of SCVs and just trying to get his mining going. So PrOsTeR has a window of opportunity here to re-establish his third base. 7 Marines at a time being produced. Sorry about that. Being produced here, and that is not fun to deal with as a PrOsTeR player. 3 Marines, 3 Marauders now coming in, and Marauder heavy forces are so super annoying just because they deal so much damage. That's the main thing. And now Crux is pulling over a lot of SCVs to mine from his gold expansion. Of course, the gold mineral patches give you 7 minerals per trip instead of 5, so using your SCVs on those is going to be cost effective. Now those here Doom drop coming in from Crux, and PrOsTeR is not in position to deal with this. His army is so out of position. Where's it going? I don't know. Does he have a much ship core to photon overcharge? I don't think so. The charge is gonna get cancelled. Fortunately, Storm has finished, but I don't think there are no High Templars in this army. Time warp going down, and now Crux should just get out of here. There we go. He dealt a decent amount of damage, but did lose a couple of units and medevacs in that engagement. You guys can see there are units stranded over here. Viking going down, and his Viking count is actually a bit too low. If PrOsTeR continues making Colossi, he can actually deal with this army, but unfortunately he's only at 2 Colossi right now, and it's a bit behind in upgrades. 2-2, just about finished. There we go, finished for our Terran player. And PrOsTeR is only now recharging +2 weapons, and it's only about a third done, so he's going to be a bit behind in upgrades as well. Fortunately though, Crux is mining from his third base now, and that is a necessity for him. He needs to keep that third base alive. If Crux goes over there and tries to attack, and if he gets it, PrOsTER is going to be in a bad position. +3/+3 being started immediately for Crux, by the way, which is super good for him. You don't want to delay your upgrades. You don't want to forget about them, really, which I do all the time when I play as Terran, by the way. But Crux on point on that. He's going for his 5th command center right now, dropping a command center over here. Oh, I think Crux knows he's got this. He might actually turn this into planetary just to have fun. He's going to see that observer, and there we go, another scan coming down. And PrOsTER is that's not really good for him at all. These pilots are going to create a funnel for his zealots, and he cannot move in effectively at all. He's gonna remake his Templar archives, but it's just too late. It's 19 minutes, and he's barely got any Templars out of the map. He's barely got any. What? He finished researching Storm. What is he doing? He's got Storm, and he turned him into an Archon. Oh, that was so stupid. Perhaps it was a mistake, I don't know. Sometimes you just click C when I'm thinking about it. And now Crux got a good arc here going on, a nice concave, and now it's gonna storm in. I think this army from PrOsTeR is going to die immediately. Crux is dealing a lot of damage with his 2-2 units. Some decent force fields going down, but really, nice blinks as well. But I think Crux just has too much stuff here. It's gonna push through, and those Marauders deal so much damage. Another Warping of Cells coming in, reinforcements from Crux as well, storming in from the side. PrOsTER might be able to hold on right here, but the reinforcements from Crux are going to be absolutely devastating for PrOsTER. Crux is now doubling the supply of PrOsTER, and I think it's all about the A move right now. That's not the best engagement angle for Crux, but it just doesn't matter. Stargates take too much damage from Marauders. A nice solid warp in there, getting close up and personal with the Marauders and Marines. But here we go, Marines steaming in to reinforce this army, and there's nothing PrOsTER can do to hold on. No GG, no GG. He just leaves the game. And a very nice game from Crux, actually. And look at this, it dropped so many command centers in the end. This was fun. Crux, I love the fact that you took my my recommendation and actually submitted more games, because I saw your TVC games and you played beautifully in those. So awesome to see. And for anyone who sees this replay, I'd love for you to submit replays to reddit.com/r/casted as well. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.